Interesting. Exploring the need for an accountability officer. This was a research I carried out lately because of I was trying to find out something in my company because of my profession. But that's the story for another day. But today I'm here because I'm carrying out a 28 days execution retreat, right? I need professionals, I need you to join and let's achieve our goal one at a time. That's the goal. So we want to look at the importance of accountability officers. And because of that, I'm going to be sharing with you extracts from my article. If you need my article, it's on my LinkedIn handle, Unique Master Mentors, or you DM me, I'm going to send you the link to the article so you can read up on it. But for now, I'm going to share with you summaries of the data of the findings, right, I made in that research. So part of which we want to look at the organizational execution gap. So looking at your screen, right, you're seeing two charts. One chart shows that 90% of organizations set their goals every year. And the other chart is showing that only 40% achieve that goal. Now, let me tell you something. Now, only 40% of organizations achieve their goals, even with all the hierarchy of supervisory and everything. Only 40% achieve their goals. So imagine you that don't have an accountability officer, that don't have someone you report to. Imagine how many percentage you're going to achieve. But come with me, let's still look at other data. Now, I want to look at the individual discipline gap. You're going to see there are three charts there. The first chart, which is about 88%, shows that 88% of individuals set goals every year, every month, every week, as you have it. And out of that percentage, only about 44%, right, review those goals weekly. And only about 38% remembers that they even have a goal that they set at the end of the month. So you see, so it dies. It's not because they are lazy or they lack discipline, it's because there is no accountability. But let me not rush you too fast. Let me go on with my presentation. So if you look at the next slide, you're going to see the impact of accountability now. You will see when there was no accountability, right? When there was no accountability, achievement was below 40%. When there were shared goals, because when goals are shared, productivity increase, right? You see that it was up to 60%. And when there was a weekly check-in, when there was a dedicated accountability officer, you could see that performance skyrocket up to 90-95%. That's the wonders of accountability. Now, if I go forward to ask why goals fails, so there are top reasons why goals fails. So first, we look at the lack of accountability, poor time management, distractions, and low motivations. We all know all that, but I'm interested with number one, why lack of accountability, right? So lack of accountability, if you don't have accountability, if you're not accountable to someone for your goals, for your life, for your objective, you will fail. But we are coming down. You must register. Don't mind me. So let's let's look at this performance trend. So I love this graph so much because this graph just gave me two descriptions. So the first line, you will see that it started and it dropped down. That means when you start your performance that first time, your so let me continue. So if you look at this, so you see when you started your performance, you were all energetic. I'm going to achieve this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to send that mail, I'm going to start this, I'm going to start that. And then you see it starts coming down because of distractions, time management, all those other factors come into play to eat up. So only what can sustain you is accountability, right? But why if you look at the second line, you started with that same energy, but you see it keeps rising. Why? Because there was an accountability. There was an accountability partner for someone to say, what's up with that goal? No, 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 you can't go down. Remember this, remember that. And then you're like, oh, yes, thank you so much. And springing up, right? So that's what happened. So that's what happened. So let's go to the next slide and see what we have. So the next slide, we're looking at global data. So this global data just talks about, just gave different analysis. Strategic plans. You see a lot of people that have strategic plans. Failed execution. You see the number of people that have failed execution. Track goals. You see the number of the track goals, and then accountability. So to explain this simply, right? Now, of course, almost everybody have a strategic plan. Whether you want to be the governor of your state, whether you want to be the president of a country, whatever the goal is, everybody has a strategic goal. Now, failed execution, you can see from that goal, more than 50% fail on the goal, right? Track goals, those that track their goals. Oh, have I done this? Have I done that? They try a little bit to achieve, something small. But look at those that have an accountability officer. They achieve almost 100% of their goals. So tell me why you don't need an accountability officer. Tell me why you won't join me on this 28 days execution reset, right? And be accountable for your goals. Let's be happy that we achieved something. Let's check out the next slide. So in the next slide, we're looking at company comparison, right? We are seeing those with no accountability, those with quarterly reviews, and those with dedicated accountability partners. So you can see that when there is no accountability partner, when there is no form of checking, performance dies. It only takes those percentage of people that you see already achieve is because somewhat they have a level of resources, they have something to keep them right flowing, and that's why they have it. The quarterly check-in, some people checking quarterly, have we achieved this, have we achieved that? So you can see that they tend to achieve a little bit. But those that have dedicated accountability partners, that their job is to ensure that Sarah achieve her goals, right? So my job is to ensure Sarah achieve her goals. I can't sleep because I know that if Sarah does not achieve her goals, I'm a failure or I won't be paid. So because I'm being paid, I'm going to ensure Sarah achieve her goals. And at the end of the day, Sarah will be happy and I'll be happy. So let's look at what I have for you for the last slide. So the last slide, we are looking at why join the 28-day execution reset. Why not? Like, why not? You have to join the 28 days execution reset. This is not something to ponder on, right? First of all, you can join my channel. Just search Master Mentors Network. You can join the channel to stay updated, but you need to. So you can be at the second line. This is March. I want before the end of December 2026, we should beat our chest to say we've achieved our goals and objectives. While we back it up with all the prayers, with all the resources, because of course you need your resources, but you also need to stay accountability. So join me on these 28 days and let's achieve our goals. We have a lot of more research. I have a research club. So if you're interested, you can join my research club. I have a reading club. If you're interested, you can also join my reading club. I also have a history club. Yeah, because I mean, when I read some histories, yeah, I have some history club. So you can join me and let's build together. And tell me what you think about this presentation.